Hi, it's Maureen here, Stitch Mac. It is July the 4th, and yeah, June has come and gone. So I was going to do like a recap for June, and then I just thought, something, I'm just going to start from now. I'm trying to just do like little ones, little short floss tubes, rather than trying to do a whole month of trying to remember what I did in June. So, forget June. Or actually, no, I tell a lie. We'll start at the end of June. So, from last weekend. So last weekend I started the Tour de France started last weekend. So I started back on my Tour de France challenge piece, which I have used for this is the third year I've used this now. Purely because it's got yellows and greens in it, and yellow jerseys, green jerseys, it just fits perfectly. It's also a good one. It's also it's a full coverage, but it's quite an easy one. Well, you see that. Yeah, so I use this. I'll just show you the piece I've been using, which is this. Now this is called Paradise. Hang on 2 seconds, I'll just tweak it out. This is called Paradise. I think it's called Paradise. I think it's actually a small one. I think there was like a large one of it. And this is by Love Thy Thread, who unfortunately are no longer in business, which is a pity because it's absolutely frigging gorgeous. I shall just leave it out there for just now. So yeah, so this year I'm working on, essentially I've started around about here, and I've been working just on these kind of 4 pages. I'm kind of doing 4 pages kind of simultaneously. Like this bottom page I'm finishing it off, and then this is going into the next page, and etc, etc. Just going where the colour takes me. As you will notice though, there's a big gaping hole. So last night I started this last week, right? I was away last weekend. I'll talk about that in a moment. And I started it last weekend, and I looked at the chart and I looked at the symbols, and a lot of the symbols are very similar. So I was double checking. I'm like, okay, right, that seems to be that one. Yeah. I'm stitching around. I'm going, just doesn't seem quite right. But I'll just go with it. And maybe it'll make more sense when it's all done. So I just ploughed on ahead with it, did it all. Still was a little bit dubious. And then last night I'm sitting looking at it. I was like, actually, I had it sitting over the side. I'm like, holy shit, man, that's wrong. That is just wrong. There's something seriously wrong there. And the problem is I don't have this on PDF. I bought it like years ago, and normally I was really fastidious and would normally have emailed a copy to myself and saved it somewhere, but for some reason I don't. The 2 Love Thy Thread ones I do not have the PDFs, so the only thing I can think of is I either downloaded it straight off the website, or I saved it onto an old PC at work. Obviously I wouldn't have used my work stuff to print things off. But anyway, I must have saved it on my old work PC, because I've searched over the years and I never had it. So it's really frustrating because it was a PDF. I bought it. So all I have is a picture, not a brilliant picture, and that's it. So lesson learned is check, and then double check, and then double check again. And if you're told dubious, check again. Because when I then looked back at the chart, of course, at this page, apart from this little bit here, that's like the page end. I chucked it out, I completed it, I chucked it out. I was like, come on, don't need that anymore. So I was like, oh crap, I can't even go back and actually double check. But this little bit here, I think this little bit here is on the next page, like the kind of shaded bits. And on looking at it again, it is a different symbol. There's like a bigger flag and a littler flag. And when I checked the colour for the little flag, I was like, okay, that makes much more sense. So I sat last night and picked it. Well, I sat last night and this morning and picked it all out. So today I have completed my I think we're about 300 or something stitches because I'm doing 10 stitches. I'm doing the full yellow jersey, general classification, all that stuff. But I'm doing it in 10 stitches, so I'm doubling up my stitches. So I've done 300, I think it was 150 kilometers or something today, 145 kilometers. I actually just watched it. And so I've done that, which was I did down here. And then tonight because obviously I can't count that because I've already counted it. I'll just go back in tonight and start filming this. And luckily it's just one colour. It's just one completely wrong colour. It was actually this colour here. It was like orange. But you know, it was orange. It wasn't like blue. Yeah, so I've just got like one colour to fill in there. Never mind. So, carrying on with this. This is running till, so we're at week 1. Yeah, week 1. Tomorrow is a rest day. So, yeah, I got another 2 weeks to work on this. I'm also, sorry, I'll just actually just show you if it's in here. The actual front page. And it shows you how long ago I printed it because it's in colour. So yeah, so I'm about maybe a third of the way in, I think. Yeah, so it's starting to come into all the greens, more blues, the blues and everything over there. Yeah, so so that's what I've been working on this week. Like I said, I'll work on it for the next 2 weeks. Now, this, I'm also using this for the Full Coverage Kinetics Olympics Bingo Challenge. So I sat in June and worked it out, and I think I can do one line. I think I'm going to do one line, which is 5,000 stitches. I'm doing it as a counting one. I'm doing 1,000 stitches. Oh man, I've just realised I'm going to have to do 4,000 for that because it's only... Okay, that's not a problem. I've just realised that this one is the 10 stitch. Everything, all the other ones are full coverage or full cross. So I've done 1,000 for this. I need to do 2,000, but I need to do 2 squares, so I need to do 4,000. But that's fine because I will. It's fine. I'll be doing that anyway. No problem. So I'm using it. So I think there was water was one of them, to do with like swimming pools and things. Water in there. And I think it was 3 colours of blue. So that one's also going in for that. So my plan is work on it during the day, and then if I finish my stitches for the day, I've then got out another one of the other pieces I'm using from a bingo. And that's my TARDIS. I'll just show you a picture of this. Sorry. Let me just PDF. Right. Which is, sorry, I'm not bringing. No, that's like, oh, there we are. Yeah, sorry, you're gonna have to just look at it little because it's the light. There. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, this is not the best picture, but you'll get the general idea. It's TARDIS. It's by Tilton Crafts. And it's the TARDIS and some Doctor Who stuff. So that is going to be one of them. It is, sorry, just my little chart. Excuse me, sorry. Particularly through beginning T or J. So pick TARDIS for it. Paradise is water and the 3 colours blue. Obviously I could have done that for 3 colours blue as well. I've got alternatives for some of them, just depending on how it goes. Captive, closest to finish is Captive, and then Athens. Any of the letters from Athens, I'll pick the letter S of it, and my Snow White. So that's my plans for July. So at the moment, TARDIS is up here. This is also another one that's quite good. This is full cross, 1/1 full cross. So I just have to do 1,000 stitches in it. And this is another one that's quite good. There's lots. It's not blocky colour, but a lot of, you know, this is all 3110 and 823, so it's not very confetti heavy. I think that's the word I'm using for. So next week, I'll carry on doing my days on it and just work on this up until I've got 1,000. That's the plan for this week. Yeah. And then, so last weekend we went away. I was out of the country. I mean, okay, I was only in England, but still, I went over a border. Drove over the border. And it was lovely. We went down to Oxford. I'd never been to Oxford before. My sister was running a race there. She was running like 10k. So I had to say, oh, why don't I come down and join you for the weekend? And it was bloody lovely. So I left the husband and the children and the dog, and we drove down on the Friday. That wasn't so bad, that's a Rose Drive. And then wandered about on the Friday night. Walked down into Oxford on the Friday night. It was lovely. My sister was oohing and ahhing over all the architecture, and to be fair, it was really nice. The sunset, with the way the sun was going down that night, like it made all the pink. It made the stone really kind of pinky. Saturday was a really nice day, so we decided to go to Blenheim Palace. We couldn't actually get into the palace because the tickets were all sold out, but we were able to get onto the grounds and the parks, and we were like, well, it's a nice day, we'll go up. It's just a few miles outside, we're just going to bus up. And it is amazing. It's a massive big palace. I mean, it's a proper big country house. And the gardens are ginormous, and we walked around. I'll try and stick some pictures in actually at the end of this. We walked and walked and walked. I wrecked my sandals. I ended up with blisters on my feet. I wore my sandals. It was a really nice day. I was like, oh, we'll be fine. I'm dead comfy. Yeah, after 8 miles or 9 miles of walking, they weren't quite as comfy. And I've got big blisters on my feet, and I looked at my sandals all day. I was like, oh, I think I've wrecked them. Apart from that, I had a great time. We walked around. It was built, I think it's maybe 1700s. I think it was built. Winston Churchill was born there. I think Princess Diana, I'm not sure if she was born there, grew up there. She definitely is. It's a Spencer family connection. But we walked around. It was a lovely summer's day. We were like walking around the English countryside. It was a beautiful English path. It was really just pretty damn nice. So if you're ever in Oxfordshire, definitely go and get a chance. And then on the Sunday, we kind of wandered around. My brother came up and met us up, and we wandered around Oxford again, and went to the Ashmolean Museum, which turned out to be massive. It's like, okay, we'd only been able to get, again, you had to book tickets, free to get in, but you still had to book tickets. We could only get the last tickets, and they were like, okay, we're closing in 45 minutes. Like, okay. Right, what do we need to see? It would have been nice to spend actually an afternoon there. There was a lot to see, but there was some actual gorgeous Mediterranean needlework in one little bit. It was like old Greek bedspreads and things, and a lot of it was like near enough cross stitching. I did take a couple of pictures of stuff. It was like 17th, 18th century embroidery. I was like, ooh, that's my place. I'm off to see that. But yeah, just walking around Oxford. If you're into Harry Potter and things like that, I've never read Harry Potter books. I've never seen any films. It's no interest to me, sorry. But if you were interested in that, they've managed to like turn it into some kind of Harry Potter kind of themed kind of place. But yeah, just nice. Very historical. Pretty. Good place to visit. But yeah, just being away was just for the first time in a long time. So that was good. So like I said, started stitching now. Luckily my sister's a knitter. So she appreciates that. She's been trying to knit these socks. Oh my god. I managed to, I was like, Claire, just follow the YouTube videos. Yeah, I mean, she's been knitting for years, but she could not get her head around these socks. They were in and out and in and out and in and out. I was like, oh my god, just come to me and I'll sort it for you. So what do you think? I think we managed to eventually get the first sock finished. But yeah, that was quite funny. She was like, run that back out. But yeah, no, it was good. So yeah, that's my plan this week. In between work's horrible. Yeah, you might notice I got my hair done. My hair's an absolute ride today because I was out a run today earlier and I haven't had a shower and my monkey yet. And I haven't had a shower yet. I'm like, oh, really could do it. We're going to have a shower. It's my hair's sticking up. It does look a lot better than this. I just decided to blonde it up a bit. Oh my god, that's like 2 weeks and my roots are coming through. I'm having a major panic. I can't get it done for like another 3 weeks or something. 3 or 4 weeks. I'm like, oh my god. It's my dinner ready. Okay, dinner's been switched off and thankfully I noticed it was just getting really cloudy. I'm just going to get my washing in. Don't want to ruin that. Yeah, so yeah, my hair is yeah, but right. So I'm back at work tomorrow and for a full week this week. Haven't been able to work at home because we're just so short staffed. Everybody's off sick. And we're having to do about 5 people's jobs. And it's horrible and stressful and just... So by the time I'm doing that, I'm finishing things, coming in, taking the dog out for a walk, getting the dog out, then coming in. So stitching time is going to be... I mean, I'm optimistic that I'll get all this stitching done in this week. Yeah, we'll see. At least at the weekend, I know next weekend I don't have anything on, so should be fine to catch up. Right, I'm gonna go then and eat my dinner because I'm a bit peckish. And I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye.